Hey, welcome to CoinOpTV Live and Interactive with your host, Robert Welkner. We're doing another live show, interacting with you in the chat, talking movie reviews. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows came out a few days ago. We're going to do a movie review and discussion. And heads up, this is a spoiler intensive. It might not be intensive, it might be mild spoilers, but either way, you've been warned that we will have some spoilers, some references to some plot points, some characters, some secrets, some reveals, some fun times. And joining me today on the show is birthday boy Dan Bluray. Dan, good to see you, sir. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sorry I kept everybody waiting.
That's okay. You know, years from now, we're watching this on archive. Nobody will ever know that we were 10 minutes late. It's, you know, as far as live streaming goes, 10 minutes is like nothing, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
So we got some people in chat already. L-Dog, Chloe Turner. I saw Arif in there. And FN, looks like FNAF Squad, Luke's Vlog. All you guys will be talking some Turtles, Turtle Power, and action. Let me get the graphic up here to show you guys what the movie poster looks like. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows is out now in theaters, I believe internationally, and stars, of course, our favorite four turtles: Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael, and Leonardo, and Megan Fox, Will Arnett, Tyler Perry, Brian T. Shredder, and a bunch of others. Anybody I'm missing, Dan, off the boat there? I'm trying to go by memory here.
I think we're good. I think you got them.
So I saw this last Wednesday with a big, large group of people. It's kind of a half media, half fan screening, I believe, because people were in costume and it was friends and family. Dan, what about you? When did you see it? What was your crowd like?
Surprisingly, well, I saw it Friday night, and the theater was pretty empty. You know, I didn't go see a 3D version. Maybe that's why, but it was pretty empty. I was pretty surprised, actually, but yeah, it was a regular screening, no early screenings for me.
We had a pretty full house. Granted, it was free screening for, you know, media and people in LA, and a popcorn and soda, and we saw it in 3D. You're getting some birthday love in the chat from Chloe, and Mario Kart 500 says it's a really good movie. I saw it early, so we got some reactions already. And L-Dog says, I love Megan Fox. She is so pretty. And I got to say, people were actually howling and whistling whenever Megan Fox was on the screen. I know you didn't have a full house there, but was there any reactions to Megan Fox appearing on screen at all?
There was not, and there was a little booing, and it was coming from me, actually, a little bit. She's not April O'Neil to me. I can't see her as April O'Neil.
Okay, so let's take it back a bit. So did you see the last Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
I did.
Yeah. Okay. I did as well. I saw it once in the theaters, also in 3D. I'd have to say, let's just get some initial impressions out, and then we'll talk about some of the characters and can kind of rant on April O'Neil, Megan Fox. So, you know, we want to get impressions out early of the movie. So, did not care a whole lot for the last Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. To me, it just felt like a big Michael Bay mess, even though I didn't direct it, producer. Just a lot of flashy things and stuff happened on screen. But my biggest complaint with the first Turtles movie was it was all April O'Neil, aka Megan Fox, and very little Turtles. This time around, Dan, we get the Turtles, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I felt the same way. I enjoyed the first one. You know, I definitely enjoyed it, but it definitely seemed like it was an April O'Neil story with featuring the Ninja Turtles, as opposed to this one where it seemed the complete opposite, which was very good.
Let's talk about old April O'Neil and Megan Fox. So yeah, that's why I enjoyed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. I don't know if anybody's calling it 2 or Out of the Shadows, what the preference is, but I preferred it like 10 times better just because it had the turtles. We saw them in the lair hanging out, being bros. There's even little scenes where they broke off and there was like two turtles doing one thing and two turtles doing another. You got to see sort of character development with Shredder as the ninja master, kind of zen, helping out there. Did you have a favorite Turtles moment at all that stood out to you?
Favorite Turtles moment? Jeez.
Like just with them, like with themselves, you know, like, you know, hanging out and stuff.
Well, you know, I always love the bickering between Raphael and Leonardo. I always do. I don't know what it is. I just feel like Raph should be in charge of the team. So I always love seeing the bickering. I always did. I don't know why.
Yeah, you get the smart one, the wacky one, the brunt one, and like the leader. So there's the dynamic, and that's even more prominent, I think, this time around. They really were like, oh, just because you're the leader, you shouldn't tell us like the future of the secret ooze and stuff. There's some contention upon leadership and who's in charge and who should follow who and stuff like that. It might, I mean, they are supposed to be teenagers and young. And if you're a teenager, high school, something like that, generally, who are you going to follow? The tough guy, the smart guy? Who'd you go with, Dan?
Oh, Raphael, man.
Oh, yeah?
I've always been Raphael. I always have, yeah.
The Brawlers, we're both East Coasters, so probably always had to hang out some tough brawny dudes, to watch our back, right?
Even thanks, I actually have an actual pair of size. Psy, or however it's called. I've just been a big Raphael fan my whole life.
Yeah, he's good. We didn't really see the Psy much. There's a couple shots where he's kind of swinging him around, kind of in and out, and kind of use them to brace himself. But some of the weapons, if there was kind of a thing, maybe a negative slant, I don't think I saw a lot of the weapons. Now that we're talking about it here.
Yeah, I didn't really realize that. You're right. We really did not get that much.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, when you have a sword, you're not really going to cut off an arm in like a PG-13 movie.
It's true.
Much like Wolverine, like different movies, where they sort of show claws of swords, you got to kind of censor that for the youth friendly movies and stuff like that. So.
It's no Deadpool.
So is your favorite turtle, Raphael? Is that what you're confirmed on that? All right,
absolutely.
Chat, let us know who your favorite turtle is. I'm gonna go with Mikey. I do like Raphael a lot, but I actually have a pair of nunchucks. So as a kid,
that's awesome.
As a kid, I could do like nunchucks and do like crazy things because I grew up loving like Bruce Lee and stuff and practicing nunchucks, kind of teaching myself as a kid. So you guys in chat and watching us live or watching us on the archive, let us know who your favorite turtle is. So speaking of non-turtles. Let's Eagle in chat says he likes Mikey. All right, we got one from Mikey there.
Come on, guys, let's get some rap.
Let's get some rap love. All right, so speaking of non-turtles, Megan Fox back as April O'Neil. Dan has already voiced his opinion that she's not like him. Obviously, the hair, the physique, everything is pretty much different now. The big difference here is April O'Neil, a bit of a backseat player in Out of the Shadows, the second movie, whereas in the first movie, it was pretty much Megan Fox as the lead. So what is it that you like or dislike about Megan Fox as April, or and the character in general?
Well, the character, I always liked the character April O'Neil. She was always cool, in the other movies and the TV shows and the cartoons and whatnot. But I really feel like they chose the wrong actress. They're using her for sex appeal. They really are to bring a different audience, in my opinion. I mean, there were some of the scenes where she rolled up her shirt. You know what I mean? It's, come on. Like I'm not complaining. I like, Megan Fox is gorgeous, but I'm just not. It's a Ninja Turtles movie, stop trying to, you know what I mean? That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think there is a general consensus. I think the fact that she's gorgeous and, like we're give her a little bit of a pass, but yeah, ultimately, she doesn't really, you don't really swallow her as like the hotshot reporter, intelligent reporter that's, on the beat, kind of finding out the secrets of things. Yes, we got a few people in chat say L-Dog says Megan Fox all the time. She's so pretty. And TMP is joining the chat. And Trevin Yates, thanks, guy. Thanks for jumping in. Mario Cat says, I thought at first Ralph was the leader, but actually Leonardo's the leader. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's kind of it goes a little bit back and forth on who the real leader is, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm with you. Like she does sort of stick out like a sore thumb, but maybe because she was in the movie a little less, I was like, okay, I'm with you on this. The first time around, I was like, no way, please, no more Megan Fox scenes at all. Yeah, we've had enough. I mean, all the way down to like the climax of the movie. April O'Neil was in there, but this time around, Megan Fox is, less of her, but enough of her, for the adult fanboys, the eye candy. I don't know what the phrase is. I want to keep things, nice, for our youth audience and stuff like that. So, all right. So another human actor, I guess, so this is a movie, a lot of CGI, but we get Steve Amell as Casey Jones, a new introduction to the legacy of the Turtles movie. Characters appeared in the comic books, and I think the TV shows. I don't think he's been in a movie before, has he, Dan? I'm a little loose with my Turtles knowledge in some way.
What, the character of Casey Jones?
Yeah, has he ever been in a movie, a live action movie yet?
Oh yeah. Well, in the originals, not in the newer version, but in the originals, yeah, you had Casey Jones. He had the long hair.
Oh yes, oh that's right.
In all three of the originals, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I totally drawn a blank because the long hair. Like without the long hair, I just totally was drawing a blank. So yes, we already had the young. I can forget who the actor was in the old ones there. Yeah,
I forget the name, but he's still acting.
I was brain farting because I was thinking of like Rocksteady and Bebop who haven't been in the movies before.
Yes.
So that was my crossover. Chat, don't troll me out so hard. I'm not the biggest Turtles fan. Love the comics. Watch some of the shows here and there, and seen some of the movies. I'm a loose way. I don't even have the camera on me. All right, I'm pleading for I'm a loose Turtles fan. Although I love the Turtles themselves. The lore.
Elias Koteas is his name, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. The original Casey Jones, who's pretty much completely bald now at this point.
Okay. What is your status? Are you a big Giant Turtles fan?
Wait, what was the question?
Are you? So I had to backtrack there since I goofed, but that I'm like a fair weather Turtles fan. So how about you? What is your status as a Turtles fan?
Okay. I'm like, Giant Turtles. What does that mean? Yeah. I grew up on the Ninja Turtles. I mean, my brother used to love watching them and playing the old arcade games and the cartoons. And I've always been pro Turtles, always.
Yes, Edward Sanchez says he was in the Turtles 1990 movie. Yes, all right. I totally was crossing waves in my head with Rocksteady and Bebop, so apologies for that. But let me get another image up here. So, are you a fan of the TV show Arrow? Is that one of your shows?
It's not. I've seen it a few times. It's not that bad, but I don't know if he. You see, like that's the problem. I'm so set in the way of seeing the longer hair, Casey Jones. Like even I think in all the cartoons and whatnot, I'm pretty sure he had longer hair. So it's I don't know, and he didn't even really wear the mask much. What was it? Once in the movie, maybe?
Yeah, we had a brief mask cameo. We sort of saw it in his car, and then he kind of had it on. But I think the directors were like, hey, when you look as good as Megan Fox or Steve Amell or something like that, no masks. We got to see their faces. Kind of would have liked to seen him with the long, like a little mullet wig or something, because on Arrow he's got like the short hair, and I just felt like they just kind of plucked Arrow out and dropped him in this movie and gave him a little paycheck. And I'm not a big Arrow person because I'm not a big fan of the actor. So
yeah.
I'm sorry, chat. When you guys catch up with us, if you're a big I'll give you another image of him though. If you guys are big Steve Amell fans, sorry.
I don't mind. Like I like the character Casey Jones. I just wish it was a little bit different than how he portrayed him.
Yeah, it was, and I was surprised about how much screen time he had. So he's sort of like the fish out of water, I guess, or the newbie to the group who kind of really gets there. Like, hey, come down in our lair, see where we live, where we work. I was a little surprised. Like, guys, you just met him. Some of the origin story stuff is a little different. He's a cop, and then he kind of becomes renegade. Where I think in the comics and the previously he was just kind of punk kid kind of thing. So
ex-hockey player.
Yeah, ex-hockey player, not really a cop or something. So yeah, that was a strange sort of thing here. All right, let's see if we got any thoughts. L-Dog says, no Arrow the show. All right, I do not know who he was until the Turtles movie. So yeah, maybe he's getting introduced. I mean, this is like kind of a big, I don't know how many movies Steve Amell's been in, but maybe this is kind of a big movie break for him. His agent's probably looking at it as a win.
Yeah, probably.
Dan, who's the next person you want to talk about in this movie?
We could talk about Shredder real quick if you'd like.
Shredder. All right, let me get his image up here.
Yeah.
All right, Brian T. Is the face of Shredder. A little more subdued this time around. Not the big giant, mechanical robot from the last Turtles movie. Now he's more of a regular guy with kind of a claw on his fist and an intimidating look to him.
But, if you do remember in the first movie, because I did watch it right before we went to the second one, they did show Shredder outside the metal costume, and he was bald. Very, very tall, bald, and he had like a scar on his face also, and the people called him Master Shredder.
Yeah, there was some similarities. It just, that I was just glad. Here's a picture with just kind of him kind of out of the costume, but with the claw on there. So the story is they sort of captured from the first movie. We gotta break him out. We got Baxter we'll talk about some Baxter shortly.
Yes.
Tyler Perry, we got the mastermind there. He sort of teams up with Humanoid, Rocksteady, and Bebop, and causes a lot of chaos and revenge and stuff. And then, guys, this is a spoiler thing, so we got to address kind of the ending of things. Dan, what happens at the end of this movie with Shredder?
Yeah, he gets frozen and captured by Krang, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, pretty much. Here's me in the movie theater. Okay, big third act of the movie. Turtles are coming back. I don't know if you can still hear me. Turtles are coming back to fight Shredder. Everything's going down. Krang freezes Shredder. That's pretty. I was like, what the heck? So basically, the battle is. I'm giving things away. It's a spoiler. You guys have been warned, but basically, the big battle at the end is not with Shredder. Dan, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I was surprised. I was a little taken back. I thought we were going to get some more Shredder, but we did have a big Shredder fight in the first movie. We really did. I mean, the whole ending of the first movie was another rooftop, fight with Shredder. So, when it first happened, I was a little taken back, and I was like, "What? He's put away? He's put into like a chamber." But then it's like, oh, it kind of makes sense. So we already had this first one. We don't want to repeat it again.
Yeah, I guess a little bit of a knee jerk for me. Maybe like a little bit of a battle, like a little.
I would like something. Yeah,
maybe Shredder, does something like kind of new and clever, and then Krang is like, no, wait, this is my fight, to win or something. So speaking of Krang, so here is, I guess, the real villain of the movie is Krang with two A's, and this is kind of a staple in sort of the animation, kind of the robot-y form with the brain. I don't know how to even describe it. Brain person alien in the chest there. So they sort of pop up like mid-movie, unexpected, because they haven't really been a lot of trailers. I guess, the fact that there was I was reading about it earlier, I guess there was the effects weren't really finalized to put them in the trailers. That's why there was some secrecy. So are you on the Krang bandwagon? Is he a villain you love or hate?
I remember I couldn't wait to get the toy when I was younger, the Krang toy inside the big robot. So yeah, I was looking forward to seeing him, but I thought it was going to be a quick cameo. I didn't realize that he would be the main villain in the movie, and I like the character, voiced by Brad Garrett, I believe.
Okay, yeah, yes. Well, that's why I have you on here for the voice, the statistics. Thank you, Dan. Dan, let me ask you quickly: were you originally VHS Dan, and then DVD Dan, and then you evolved to Blu-ray Dan? Is that a thing?
It could have been, but I started a little late in the game, so it was Blu-ray. But maybe I'll change to 4K. We'll see what happens.
You could potentially be 4K Dan. I'll be like Apocalypse. I'll put my hand out, and I will transform you from Blu-ray Dan into 4K Dan. And you guys in chat, I'll put Dan's YouTube channel and Twitter in the description on the archive. You got to make sure you check out his channel, and you got to make sure you keep wishing him birthday wishes. How's it feel to just spoil yourself with some cupcakes?
If you could tell from the video, I spoiled myself a little too much with the cupcakes in the first place. But yeah, no, it's good. It's my last year of my 20s, so 30 next year. So I might as well enjoy now.
Yes, moving on up. So Dan, so here's the plot of the movie. We get Turtles fighting Shredder, and then Krang pops up, and then suddenly it's going to turn into this big giant like wormhole through New York City. Kind of felt like I was watching the first Avengers movie again. Did you get an Avengers flashback at all?
There's definitely a similarity, yeah. But I was excited for the Technodrome. I remember that from the cartoon and everything.
Yes.
There you go.
The Technodrome, those kind of pieces were coming in through the wormhole and stuff like that. I actually thought the boss battle with Krang and the Turtles was actually pretty cool, although I saw it in 3D and there was just too much going on the screen to really like absorb it. I feel like in 2D it might play out a little better.
Yeah, it was great in 2D. I'm not big into the 3D just yet.
Yeah, I'm with you. For me, 3D. Chad, let us know. Are you 3D or 2D people? For me, if it's an animation movie like Finding Dory, something like that, I'll probably cling to 3D a little more than live action stuff. So, all right, let's stay on the villains. We cool with that? Let's talk Rocksteady and Bebop.
Yeah.
I got some toys of these guys. These are here's the actors. So we got to see a whole. It's a rare thing in a comic movie or a kids movie, whatever you want to call it. You actually get to see like a genesis of villains. Some of the how they sort of started from their roots. And we get to see them, in human form. They're joking around. They actually had a large role. I mean, they were probably more of the main villains, I think, than Krang or Shredder. Is that safe to say there, Dan?
Yeah, I think so. They were the annoying henchmen that keep coming around over and over throughout the movie. Yeah, I liked them. Though.
So we get to see him in humanoid form, and then boom, much like some of the lore, I guess, in the comics or whatever, or the show, they get transformed into their primal states. I was excited when I saw them on the trailer. I get excited. I was like, yes, all right, this is cool. I'm excited. But something about their CGI in the movie just to me looked a little cheap. Like the turtles looked great, but something about the way they move, their stomach or their fat or their body parts, something didn't seem right. Did you so you saw it in 2D? Maybe it was the 3D thing for me. What was your thoughts on the look?
Was the stomach coming out of the screen in the 3D?
It was like a blob. Like they were. Wait, let me get the camera back on me. Like they were like looking at their stomach. It was just like blobbing around, like shaking. And I was like eating my popcorn, going like, maybe I'm having a little too much popcorn. Yeah, I might want to slow down.
Yeah. No, his stomach was definitely jumping around a little bit in the 2D as well. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard to like. How would they do it? How else would they do it? Maybe I don't know. Maybe the lighting could have been a little different on them. I'm not sure how they could have improved it. But I agree with you. It wasn't perfect. I just don't know how they could have really improved it by much.
So, what was your take on the live actors versus the CGI? Did you have a preference on, when were they badass as the humans more, or as the primal versions of themselves?
I definitely like the primal versions of Bebop and Rocksteady, just because I think they're acting a little too, it's like, all right, guys, you're acting a little too weird and young to be human right now. So throw you guys in the animal form, and they're pretty close to how they were portrayed in the cartoons as well, I believe. Very goofy and moronic and tough at the same time.
Yeah, they did. It did seem sort of faithful, and the look and feel. It's the toys and the cartoon stuff. Agent Daniel says I like the turtles, so that's cool. Zach says we're not surprised that we got WWE got their fingers in there somehow. So yeah, the Rocksteady was a wrestler guy, right? Are you a wrestling guy at all? The Sheamus, I think was his name.
Yeah, I am not a wrestling guy. I'm not into that at all. So I definitely it didn't really mean anything to me, but.
Yeah, I'm a little old school. Here's an image here showing the Rocksteady and Bebop as humanoid forms. I'm a little old school on the wrestlers, so I kind of have seen Sheamus on advertisements, but I've never really seen him wrestle. So
yeah.
All right, so let's see here. What are we missing? Oh yes. Tyler Perry is is Baxter. Let me get his image up here now. Sorry, I'm looking down the screen because I'm trying to click on things and run the chat and everything. Okay, here we go. So Tyler Perry, big movie star, producer, writer, director, kind of a scene stealer and a lot of things. And now he's back as Baxter, which was fun. He was a kind of scientist guy, kind of helped Shredder kind of get out. But I was a little distracted because I thought his entire performance was a tribute to Eddie Murphy, the Nutty Professor. It was really distracting me. What was your take on Tyler Perry as Baxter?
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because if you really think about it, like if you look in, like I was just saying with Bebop and Rocksteady's human versions, like they turn into, like, they're annoying, but they turn into these monsters, these big things. And Tyler Perry just stayed as the human version of Baxter Stockman, and his character was a little annoying, if you ask me.
Yeah, it was. Well, no, I am asking you, so that's what you're here for,
That's
right?
right. I'm sorry. You're
Right,
right.
Chad? We got you. Let's see. You guys let us know, Chad. Were you pro Tyler Perry Baxter or not? He was in, he's in a good chunk of the movie. I kind of forget what happens at the end. Do they capture him? They throw him in jail? Does he get away? Can he return for a sequel?
I'm sure he'll return for a sequel. I'm pretty sure Shredder, they tossed him in the back of a truck and drove off. The Foot Clan.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
All right, we're not going to spend too much time with this gentleman, but Will Arnett, I think he's a fantastic actor. I think he's kind of being wasted in his career nowadays, especially in the Turtles movie. And I know a lot of fans don't even want to see him in the movies at all. He was definitely at a shorter role this time around. Where do you stand with Will Arnett, actor versus being in the movie again in the Turtles universe?
Well, you know what? I think if they didn't show him in the Turtles universe at all, like again in the sequel, I think I would have been a little bit like, well, what do they just like write his character out of the script? So I'm glad we saw him a little bit and we understand what happened. But yeah, I like him as an actor. Also, I think I do think he's being wasted a little bit, and he has potential to do a lot more than what he's been doing.
It's interesting because it's a CGI movie, and the Turtles are actually the ones with the most personality and the most life, and the ones you like the most. I'm just so Satan again. I'm just so glad that Turtles 2 had so much of the Turtles that you almost saw. You're like, gosh, we almost don't need these humans. I mean, you do need like faces on a billboard. You got to sell some international tickets and hype. I did get a chuckle with a couple of his scenes, like the cable wire through the wall, and they the bag. We won't spoil too much for the jokes, but couple good laughs there. So let's see here. Lego Super Shane in chat says Baxter is Tokyo maybe turned into a fly or something. Did he go to Tokyo? I don't know. He might be referencing something. There are a couple people in chat talking about Johnny Cuniverse is a jerk because I know the YouTuber. I don't know who that is.
Either.
My boy in chat says Baxter's Black Nerd. I think they're referencing my buddy Andre Black Nerd Comedy, who kind of maybe resembles him. He's got similar glasses. I don't know if you've sort of seen that at all. So
he definitely could have played the part, I think, Andre.
yes, and I think he predicted. I watched one of his videos. I think he predicted that Tyler Perry would be in the Turtles movie at some point or something like that. So shout outs to that. So overall, do we send people to the movie? It's been out for a few days. Dan, $15 for you? Is this a ticket buyer? I don't know what the phrase is. Do you go see this right now this week?
Yeah, I would. It's definitely a movie that I would. There's a lot going on in it. It's a lot of fun. I think you get your comedy, you get your action, you get your drama, well, whatever your Ninja Turtle drama, and yeah, I would say go see this one. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely. If you saw the first Turtles movie and you were like, I don't know, like this isn't the nostalgia that I wanted as an adult, or if I'm a kid, might be too many. Too much wackiness, I think, or something, especially with like Avengers, Captain America, some of these other superhero movies that are out there. There's a certain level of class that we're sort of seeing, and I think that Turtles 2 kind of boosts it up. I'm actually surprised that the Metacritic or the Rotten Tomatoes rating is so low on this. This and X-Men Apocalypse, who the heck is out there voting? Who's got like 1,000 accounts that are bringing good movies down?
I even saw what I believe is the Angry Joe Show, another YouTuber. I saw him post something on Twitter. I think it was last night, and it was like, what the hell was that? Like, I thought that the nostalgia characters would make the movie better, but it was much worse. I was like, what? No way. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, of course, but I didn't agree at all. I thought it was pretty good, a lot better than the first one.
Can't say anything bad about Joe on our stream because I don't want him to review this podcast.
I watch him. I just didn't agree with that specific topic.
Yes. So what would you like to see in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3? I'm sure this is going to make tons of money internationally. The timing is great. June, we get it after Captain America, after X-Men, and before Independence Day 2. It seems like the timing is right to make some money. Kids are out of school. It was you know, what do you want to see in Turtles 3?
Man, well, you know, it's so funny because I can't really remember some of the other characters' names, but like continue on this level. You know what I mean? A lot of action. Definitely bring back some Bebop and Rocksteady. I think they were great in the movie. Get Shredder back. It'd be nice to see him. And you never know. Maybe in the third movie there'll be there was some Toads also, right? There were 4 Toads that became similar to the Ninja Turtles grown up in like a different universe.
There was a comic book with like the rodents or mutant rodents or something like that. It's always interesting to me also hearing just the word mutant, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, with the whole fiasco between like Marvel movies with X-Men and Avengers not being able to use that word or something like that. So it's always like, oh hey, you get to use the word mutants, you know.
Let's get some Toka and Razor in this one also. Bring everybody into it.
Is there any chance that we get like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles going through the portal to fight Krang in his sort of weird universe and destroying him there? Do you see that at all as a possible storyline?
You know, I can't speak. It could be possible, but I feel like if they do that, it's going to be like so much computer animated. It's not going to look real at all. It's going to look like a complete animated movie. I think if they do that, if they go that route.
Let's see, we get some reactions in chat. Lego Super Share says, I would like to see Metalhead or Leatherhead.
Yes, there you go. Couldn't think of the name.
Yeah, and then Zach versus the Bluray man. I don't know if this is one of your subscribers.
It's one of my a buddy of mine actually. Yeah,
he says Street Sharks for part 3 and Biker Mice from Mars for part 4. We're already going to part 4.
Yeah.
Somebody named Johnny Cruya says, hey, why are people talking about me in live stream? I don't know. Some people are talking about like some YouTubers. We're just talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadow. Before we close, Dan, what was your thoughts on sort of the moral dilemma? There was a little bit of a heavy hand with some of the title is Out of the Shadows. The Turtles want to be loved and respected by humans. They don't want to be down in the sewers, hiding in the shadows. What was your take on sort of, some of this heavy-handed material?
Well, that's what I was saying. You get the full package in this. Like, you get your comedy, you get your goofiness, you get your action, you get your serious moments. I definitely understand where they're coming from. I mean, they're stuck down. I mean, they're helping everybody out, and they're stuck down in the sewer. They can't be seen, even though they're looked at negatively when they're actually doing good. And I could see where they're coming from, and I liked it.
Yeah, definitely was surprised. Went out with a smile on my face. I'm not sure if I'll buy the Blu-ray. Dan, will you be buying the Blu-ray of this and doing an unboxing?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Awesome. Shout outs to you guys in chat. Thanks so much for watching us do some live streaming and talking some Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. I almost said out of the shower. And everybody. Yeah, definitely birthday wishes to Dan. Hopefully he has a great rest of the weekend, and check out his channel and all that jazz as well. Maybe we'll reconvene for like Independence Day or something. I don't know. We got to figure out the next like nerdy movie to kind of talk about. I feel like we got like a few in a row. Now we got like a little bit of a break till the next big thing. Yeah, well, we'll get together. I'm sure we'll figure it out. We're being talked. Awesome. Well, thanks a bunch for you CoinOpTV subscribers and new people for watching. Thanks a bunch. We'll put this on the archive on youtube.com/CoinOpTV. Let us know in the comments below what your thoughts are on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Thanks a bunch, Dan. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you, guys. Take care.